अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्परमगुरुभ्यो नमः अस्मत्सर्वगुरुभ्यो नमः श्रीमते श्री लक्ष्मी नृसिंहपरब्रह्मणे नमः श्री कृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः श्री लक्ष्मी हायवदन परब्रह्मणे नमः. So finally we are starting now. Last class was not very good because of the audio. Luckily today it's okay, I think. So with Shri Krishna's blessings, let us start this class. The purpose of the class, let me share my screen. Okay. So the purpose of the class is this is lecture 11. The topics I would like to address is Shankara Bhashya on stitha prajna issues. Why Sri Ramanujacharya takes Brahma as Jiva in the chapter 2. What are the final points made by Sri Madhvacharya on second chapter? These are the points I would like to address. So I have not created a full PowerPoint for this class. I would like to directly go to the Bhashyas and explain the Bhashyas where I feel there are some points to be explained. So let's look into Shankara Bhashya. In this, okay, let me get here. Okay. This is Shankara Bhashya directly. I'm going to upload some more documents which directly give you some access to some good books on Bhagavad-Gita. Good thing is Bhagavad-Gita is a famous work. Many people write about Bhagavad-Gita. So here and there you get new free books available on Bhagavad-Gita. These are very important to know. When I started reading Bhagavad-Gita a long time back, there were not number of books available in English or Kannada or some other languages. Sanskrit, yes, the original bhashyas were available, and it was very tough for me at the time to read the original bhashyas and explain. Nowadays, number of bhashyas in other languages are available. So we'll take Shankara Bhashya from something like, let us say, just stop at 47 is a good way to start. 47 shloka, Karmanyevadhikarasya. Let us take this shloka. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbuhu mate sangostu akarmani. Karmanyeva adhikaraha na jnana nishtayam te tava. That means that Shankaracharya says to Arjuna, basically Shankaracharya says for Arjuna, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that, oh, Arjuna, you do not have capacity or capability to do jnana nishtha. You have only capability for doing karmas, karma yoga only, not jnana yoga. So while doing karma, do not get attached to the fruits of those karma. Whatever may be the situation, whatever awkward may be the situation, in any situation, do not be affected or attached to fruits of actions. Stay away from the fruits of actions. Once you get attachment to fruits of actions, it is going to be a problem. Because you'll be looking for the results. Then you should not have any attachment to results also. Yada hi karma phala trishna prayuktah karmani pravartate tada karma phalasyeva janmano hetur bhavet. Because a person does some actions because he has got interest in the fruits, and to experience the fruits, to enjoy the fruits, he will get another janma. So he will be born again. Yadi karma phalam neshyate kim karmana dukharupena iti mate tava sangostu karmani akarane pritir ma bhut. what he says is, if you do not get attached to karma or the fruits, what is this whole karma is a dukkha rupa. It is only problems, set of problems. If you iti mate tava sangostu karmani, have that attitude that karmas are problematic. So don't get attached to the fruits of karma, but you continue to do the, because you already started, you have already started karmas, I started the yuddha, you should continue. Yadi karma pala prayukte na kartavyam karma katam tarhi kartavyam. So if one should do actions without any interest in the fruits thereof, how should that person act? What is the nature of this person? Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhyoho samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. Yogastha sanne kuru karmani kevalam ishwarartham. That means as a offering to Lord Ishvara. Ishvara is like here, the word Ishvara is the same as Krishna here. Ishvara means Lord. Ishwarartham tatrapi Ishvaro me tushyatu iti sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Even then, you should not ask, oh, let Krishna be pleased because of my services or my offerings. You should not say that. You should not think like that. Phalatrishna shunyena kriyamane karmani sattva shuddhija jnana prapti lakshana siddhihi tad viparjaya ja asiddhihi tayoho siddha siddhyoho api samaha tulyaha bhutva kuru karmani. What Shankaracharya is saying is, without attachments to the fruits of action, if actions are done, that will create sattva shuddhi or create purity of mind. And once mind becomes pure, that such a mind is capable of achievement of jnana. That is, knowledge will dawn once the mind is pure. If you don't do it that way, if you do it with interest and attachment to fruits, then you will not get jnana. Asiddhi means that viparyaja asiddhi. That means if you if you lose something while doing the karma, even you should not hate if you have bad effects of karma. That if something failure occurs due to karma, due to action, some results are not good. So whether the results are good or bad, pleasing or not pleasing, you should just have equanimity. What is this yoga? Siddha siddhyoho samatvam yoga uchyate. So the thing is, being with equanimity, when you get fruits which are good or bad, is known as yoga. Yat punaha samatva buddhi yuktam ishvara aradhanartham karma uktam etasmat karmanaha. Why was this samatva buddhi, the mind with equanimity, which and works done as a worship of the Lord? Why was it said that way? Etasmat karmanaha durena hyavaram buddhi yoga dhananjaya buddho sharanam anvichya kripanaha phalahetavaha durena ati viprakarshena atyantameva hi avaram. That means here there is no much difference between other bhashyas. That you do with fruits in mind, those kind of actions are very low in that is very, very inferior. Why? Janma maranadi dukkha maranadi hetutvat. That is, it will create more janmas, again rebirth, again problems. All these things will occur if you have interest in the fruits. So you, Arjuna, have an attitude of yoga with you, that is the samatva buddhi or equanimity. And once that is very well mature, that is equanimity is mature in you, or Sankhya Buddha Sharanam, understand the nature of Atman and keep your mind focused on that. Paramartha Jnana Sharanaha Bhava, that means that Paramartha Jnana is only Atman exists, Atman is pure, Atman is real, everything else is unreal. So the people who do, without knowing the knowledge of Brahman, who do actions, they are inferior. And Shankaracharya mentions the verse from the Shrutis, Yova etadaksharam gargi, aviditva small lokat praiti satrapanaha. If you do not know that great Brahman, and after not knowing the Brahman, if this person, if anybody passes away from this loka, that person is an inferior person. He has lost it. Samatva buddhi yuktaha sanne swadharma manutishtanne yat paraha prapnoti tachruno. Kripanaha means miser. Samatva buddhi yuktaha san swadharma manutishtanne yat paraha prapnoti tachruno. Just 1 second, give me just a second. Just a second. Give me 15 seconds. I guess you can see now, right? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So if one does actions with equanimity, what is the value? What is the value of doing such? If he is not interested in any phala or fruits, what really happens? Buddhikto jahatiha ube sukrita dushkrite. This verse, Shankaracharya explains. Buddhiyuktaha karma samatva vishaya buddhya yuktaha. Buddhiyuktaha saha jahati parityajati yasmin loke ube sukrita dushkrite punya pape sattva shuddhi jnana prapti dvarena yataha. That means a person gives up both sukrita and dushkrita, sins and merits. He will give up both by doing work with equanimity of mind. Once this happens, that means he is burning away all the karmas. And this yoga is karmasu kaushalam. That means this is efficacy in work. Tadhi kaushalam yat bandhana swabhavanyapi karmani samatva buddhya swabhavat nivartate. Tasmat samatva buddhikto bhava tvam. So the thing is, what he says is, you should have equanimity in mind, because it will eventually help you get away from bandhana or shackles of bondage. Karmajam buddhiyukta hi palam tyaktva manishinaha janma bandha vinirmuktaha padam gachanti anamayam. Karmajam palam tyaktva hi, that means giving up the fruits of action. People with the right mind, with the right intelligence, people with control over their mind, manishinaha, and they become jnanis. They will, becoming jnanis, they get away from the cycle of births and bondage. Janmaiva bandha janma bandha, that is, birth itself is bondage, and these people are relieved They are freed from this cycle of births, and they will achieve. Look at the words Shankaracharya uses. Janma bandha vinirmuktaha, janmaiva bandha, janma bandha, tena vinirmuktaha, jivantaha eva janmat, janma bandhat vinirmuktaha. Be living here itself, they will be freed from the shackles of bondage. So Shankaracharya stresses that while you are here itself, you can be free. You can have moksha while you are living. That is the view of Shankaracharya. Padam paramam vishnoho mokshakyam gacchanti. Clearly, Shankaracharya mentions that you will attain the state of Vishnu, which is moksha. Gacchanti anamayam sarvopadrava rahitam ityartha. Vishnu here may not mean exactly the Vishnu what the Dvaitins and Vishtadvaitins talk about, but Vishnu here probably is a state where there is no problems. Gacchanti anamayam, that means there are no diseases, no sins. It is pure and blissful. Sarva upadrava rahitam. There are no obstacles or anything base, anything problematic. None of these things exist in that state. Athava buddhi yogat dhananjaya ityarabhya paramartha darshana rakshanaya eva sarvatah sampradokodakasthaniyaha karma yoga sattva shuddhi janita buddhi darshita sakshat sukrita dushkrita prahanadi hetutva shravanat. Or one can say that this is directly referring to Sankhya, where Jnana Nishta, where in the Jnana Nishta, all the effects of what you get out of Karma Nishta will be included in the Jnana Nishta. So in that sense also you can take it. Like how Yavan Taudapane Sarvata Sampradodake, that verse was there, right? Like how a person can get value out of little small lakes here and there, or a little well or something like that. The same benefit and all other benefits he gets from a large reservoir of water, right? So this Jnana Nishta, or being in the nature of Jnana, has all the effects and good effects of all the karma nishtas put together, all the karma yoga and all whatever karma can bring you, all the good effects are contained in the results of jnana nishtha. That is the Shankaracharya's view. See, why are we saying this? Why are we going into depth about Shankaracharya's view? I want to clearly demarcate what Shankaracharya said for the second chapter, final stitha prajna view, and what other acharyas said. The reason is, if somebody says, oh, all acharyas, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya said the same thing, then people will say, what do you mean? Their vyakhyanas are so different, and you're just saying that they're saying the same thing. Maybe you got paid by Hindutva people or something to bring harmony among these three schools, and you wanted to just keep them happy by saying that all acharyas said the same thing. That's not the issue. We are trying to understand how these acharyas differ from each other. They definitely said different things, but if eventually means sort of the same thing. That's the type of thing we're trying to figure out. And we will try to figure that out, because that's a complex type of research which we are trying to do. And by the help of our acharyas, we'll figure that out eventually. Yoganushtana janita sattva shuddhija buddhihi kada prapsyate ityuchyate. Yada te moha kalilam buddhir vyatitrishati tadagantahti nirvedam shrotavyasya shrutasya ja. Here also, the meaning is not very difficult. So, once the moha kalila, or quagmire of this attractions goes away, then you will feel sorry for what you have heard and what you will hear in future, that why would I go after these things? What does it mean? If you have Atma Anatma Viveka, that is, if you have clearly what is Atma, what is Anatma, all these external happenings, world and all is Anatma, that is not Atman. And what is not Atman is not real. what is real is only Atman. If you know that, then you feel sorry for all the things. With the Vedas have said so many things. For yajna, you do this yajna, you do this yajna for that. You will get this kind of phala. All these actions and results of actions, everything will be useless for you. You will get vairagya. That means you will become desire free. How can you look at Shankaracharya? Shankaracharya bridges between jnana and karma very smoothly here. But his in other places, he says, jnana is only for those who are capable of doing jnana. Karma is only for the ignorant people. And these two people are separate set of people. He does say that also. But in this particular location, Shankaracharya does a very smooth merging of these two separate adhikaris. Adhikaris, people who are eligible for doing different things. So by getting away from this quagmire of attraction, desires, once you get the clear knowledge of what is Atman and what is not Atman, how does this person achieve the Paramartha Yoga, that means jnana? That is what is said in the next shloka. Paramartha Yoga, what Shankaracharya Yoga Mavapsasi, he takes a different meaning here for Yoga Mavapsi as Paramartha Yoga. We will see what Paramartha Yoga means. That means jnana. Jnana means pure knowledge. It is not just book knowledge. It is the experience of pure knowledge, which is self itself for Shankaracharya. Shruti Vipratipanna. So the Shrutis, what they say, they will say these are the methods and you can achieve that, you can achieve this. There are so many methods prescribed. Pravritti nivritti lakshanaihi, that which makes you work and which stops you from work. But you will be vipratipanna, your mind may be completely confused by all these kinds of activities and fruits of activities and all those things. Only when you get out of this confusion and you become very strong in your mind and calm in your mind, nischala, that means your mind becomes, your intelligence becomes settled, peaceful, and you are not confused. And your sati samadhau, samadhiyate, asmin chittam iti samadhi, samadhi atma, tasmin atmani tirtha, atma here, so everything gets peaceful inside Atma. Here Atma probably means Manas, but you can take it as in Atma, how does it become? Atma is not an object for Shankaracharya, so it has to be Manas. Buddhi antahkaranam. So your buddhi or inner organ becomes calm. Viveka prajnam samadhi avapsyasi. Tada sasmin kale yogam avapsyasi viveka pragyam samadhi prapsyasi. That means once this happens, then once you're out of all these desires, you calm down and you achieve this yoga. Viveka prajna means pure knowledge of what is right, what is wrong, what is Atman, what is not Atman. Now, Arjuna asks Lord Krishna, what is this samadhi prajna? What is this well-settled, established mind or established jnana? What does it mean? So Arjuna asks, stitha prajna. See, here we need to understand Arjuna's questions very carefully, because Shankaracharya takes this into a slightly different way, understands it in a different way. Sita prajnasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava means here, sita pratishtita ahamasmi parabrahma iti. So right when Arjuna asks the question itself, Shankaracharya mentions, sita prajna means established jnana. What is that establishment? Aham brahmas, ahamasmi parabrahma. I am this highest Brahman. This kind of a prajna, that is a settled understanding that I am Brahman himself. Yes, yes, aha. Stitha prajna. Who has this kind of settled understanding that he is Brahman? That is Stitha prajna. Tasya Stitha prajnasya ka bhasha. If somebody has complete understanding that he himself is Brahman, how does he talk, walk, behave? What does he do? Where does he sit? How does he behave? So tell me about the nature of this person. Look at how Shankaracharya changes Stitha prajna as the person who is realized. So he is the highest level of realized person according to Shankaracharya. Here. यो आदित एव संन्यस्य कर्माणि ज्ञानयोगनिष्ठायां प्रवृत्ता यश्च कर्मयोगेन तयोः प्रजहाति इत्यारभ्य. It's a very beautiful way Shankaracharya mentions here. There are two types of aspirants Lord is teaching this Stitha Prajna about. That means he's teaching the concept of Stitha Prajna to two types of aspirants, the beginners and the completely knowledgeable people. That is on one part, a person who has given up all actions from a very early beginning, from the being just a brahmachari level, he gives up all actions, and he becomes he becomes a jnana yoga nishtha. That means only Atman exists for him. So his practice is about, oh, I am Atman. I am not this world. Nothing else exists. This kind of a practice, who will start right from the beginning. Or another person, another set of aspirants is a karma yogi. That means after getting into this mess of the samsara, getting attracted to all kinds of fruits of activities, then he says, oh, after learning, no, I should not be interested in the fruits of activities. So this kind of a person who is a beginner, he has done a lot of mistakes, he wants to get out of sorrows and attachments, and he's a karma yogi. Both of them have to have a goal of Stitha Prajna. One person has to practice what he has already achieved. One person has to achieve what he doesn't have, and he has to practice something to get what he has. If you compare this, just for the heck of it, right? Just for this, our understanding, think about ordinary in the Shankaracharya Sampradaya, people are given sannyasa when a person is very young, only about 13 years. That doesn't mean that the person has already achieved the jnana required. In fact, I have understood that when a person is about 13 years old in the Shankara Matas, that person is chosen due to various reasons and then given sannyasa. And he has to accept, he generally accepts sannyasa, say. He becomes a sannyasi, they will give them a saffron robe and he starts wearing saffron robe. But he still has to study the Shastras. He studies Gita Bhashya, Upanishad Bhashya, Brahma Sutra Bhashya, everything under other people. And while other people teach him, they come and fall at the feet of this little boy and then start teaching him. Because he is a sannyasi, whereas the other person is not a sannyasi. But that doesn't mean that the young kid has got all the knowledge required. That is why they say that type of sannyasa is known as Vividisha sannyasa. Vividisha sannyasa means he likes to get knowledge. He's still learning, but he's taking the sannyasa ashrama. On the other hand, Vidvat sannyasa means he already has the knowledge. But what is the level of this Stitha Prajna in Bhagavad Gita? We need to understand that. So this Stitha Prajna is not easy. It has to yatna sadhyatvat. One has to achieve over hard work. That is, this is something to be achieved. All these are said by Bhagavan Vacha. That means Bhagavan says what types of activities a person has to do, what effort somebody has to put to get to this state, and one who has already got to the state, how does he live continuously like that without being affected by the worldly pleasures and problems? Sri Bhagavan Vacha, he says. Now we'll take this further. Prajahat yada kaman sarvan parthamanavatan. This is original Bhagavad Gita. Here Shankar Bhashya is very interesting. Prajahati, prakarshena jahati, one gives up all the desires. samastan, sarvan, all kaman, all desires, he gives up completely. Manogatan, manasi pravishtan. See, only manas has desires, right? Atma does not have desires. Manas has desires. So anything which comes to the mind, he gives up. Sarva kama parityage tushtikarana abhavat sharira dharana nimitta sheshecha sati unmatta pramat. So he says only like a sharira dharana, only for sharira dharana, or that just to live you need to have some food and water and shelter. Leaving that, this person has no need for anything else. Tushtaha paramartha darshana amrita rasa labhena, only by experiencing the inner nectar of pleasure of the jnana. Paramartha darshana, that means direct realization of self in a way. Anyasmad alam pratyayavan stitha prajna, he does not have any other interest in external desires. Stitha pratishtita atmanam atma vivekaja prajna yasya saha stitha prajna, that means he is established in the firm knowledge that he is Brahman and everything else is false. Yakta, putra, vitta, lokeshanaha, very important. This person has given up attachment to family. So he does not have any attachment to having children or having money or having fame. Sannyasi, Atma Ramaha, Atma Kridaha, Sthita Prajnaha. Sannyasi means Atma Ramaha, other than self, he does not have anything to be happy with. That means he is happy with the self and he is fully happy with the self. He does not need anything else. But only for bodily requirements, just little bit of food, little bit of water, a little bit of just rest, and some a roof over his head. Atma Ramaha, Atma Kridaha, all his enjoyment is only Atman only. Sthita Prajnaha ityartaha, this is Sthita Prajna. We have to think about what kind of level person is said here. In a particular place, I'm not sure exactly where. I should find out where it is. Right somewhere here, Shankaracharya mentions this. If you can think about what kind of a person becomes qualified to be this level of a sannyasi, you have to think about it. For Shankaracharya, this is the highest level of person. Think about ordinary way of talking about a sannyasi. Sometimes, I'm not going to mention any particular sannyasi. I don't have anything in mind. This is not to bring down any real person. But people talk like this. We have heard people talk like this, saying that, this acharya took this matha. Matha was so bad in money. They did not have any money. They were they had so many crores of loans and they didn't know how to manage the matha. After the Swamiji took over, now this mutt has got 700 crore income. People talk like that. Then does it mean that a Swamiji should be taken as a CEO of a matha? But unfortunately, the reality is that the true dharmas are not, because of Kali Yuga, people are unable to follow true dharmas. So they may have to do certain things to survive in this world and to be relevant to the world today. So I'm not trying to find any fault with anybody. This is probably the only reality, and that's the only best people can do in this Kali Yuga, because right from birth, we do not have people do not have the environment like how it used to be in the older times, like only the studies of the Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, right from the young age, doing dharmas like the yajna yagadis and then following dharma perfectly. All these kind of things right from the very early times, it used to be there long time back. But this is not practical today. Maybe there are a lot of issues. I'm not trying to find fault, but what I want to bring to public is what did Lord Krishna say? What did Shankaracharya say about this? Shankaracharya says, Tyakta putra vitta lokaishanaha. Fame, one should not ask for fame. One should not ask for money One should not be attached to anything which, putra means what? Attachment to all activities which will lead into birth of child, right? So all these things, everything should not be there. Sannyasi Atma Rama, such is the level of sannyasi which Shankaracharya says the highest level. This person, let's talk about it very clearly here. Why am I bringing this? Think about a person in the Puranas who fit the characteristics of what Shankaracharya is talking about. The person is Shuka Maharshi. Yam pravrajanta manapetam vapeta krityam narayano virahakatara ajuhava putreti tanmayataya taravo nineduho tam vyasa sonam. What the beginning of Srimad Bhagavatam talks about this, right? This Vyasa Sono, that is the son of Vyasa, and in fact I thought I had made a copy of it here. It is here. I think you can see my screen. Yam prabrajanta manupetam apeta krityam. This is in the second chapter. Somewhere early. This is what it talks about Shuka Maharshi. What happens is, it seems Vyasa did not have a child, and he wanted a child, and he wanted a very powerful child, and he did some yajnas. And right out of the yajna, a 16-year-old boy came up, and that is Shuka Maharshi. And he had no desires of any kind. He just walked away completely blissfully immersed in Lord Vasudeva constantly. And he, oh my son, oh putra, putra, the Vyasa was shouting it, where are you going? Come back, come back. I did all the yajna so that I can have such a good son. Now you're walking away without even, having any attachment. Oh, come back. But when he shouted, this all Shuka Maharshi thought was only Lord, Lord, Vasudeva, Vasudeva, that's it. And he didn't hear any sounds. Only the trees, which reverberated the sounds, the reflections of the sounds, came back saying Putra, Putra. That's all. Because the Shuka Maharshi was completely engrossed in Brahman, and he did not understand anything else. He didn't hear any sounds. He just totally was absorbed in the blissful experience of Parabrahman. This is the level. It goes further in the Srimad Bhagavatam. It seems he was walking like this without even his clothes on, and Vyasa was running behind him. When Vyasa was nearby, those near the rivers, there were several women bathing in the rivers, and looking at Vyasa, they used to. Initially, they looked at the Shuka Maharshi. Then they said, "Oh, I'm not interested in this. No, Shuka Maharshi doesn't even care about any women, so I don't have to even go get my clothes. I can still be swimming taking my shower in the lakes." But when Vyasa came, it seems these women grabbed their clothes and then wore those clothes. What does this mean? Shuka Maharshi could not even realize the difference between men, women, nothing. He was completely unaware of anything material. He was at that state constantly. He could not even be pushed into his senses and said, oh, like ordinary people's senses, he could not even be pushed. This is the highest level Shankaracharya talks about. For him, for such kind of people, Shankaracharya says Jnana Nishta is important. For that kind, Jnana Nishta is important. So the eligibility to get real Vidvat Sannyasa for Shankaracharya is very high. And all the rest of the people, Shankaracharya says, these are all karmis. These are all lower level people. They are ignorant people, ajnanis. He clearly says. So ajnanis for Shankara includes everybody, pretty much. So now we'll get back to Dukkeshu anudvignamanaha sukeshu vigataspraha bhita raga bhaya krodha stitadihi munirichyate. You might be following the Shankaracharya is taking a different step here, different way of looking at it. We'll come and understand later, but we'll clearly understand what Shankaracharya said here. Dukkeshu Dukkheshu adhyatmikadishu prapteshu no udvignam na prakshubitam. That is, when sorrows come, this person does not get affected. When very pleasing things come to this person, he does not get affected. Vita raga bhaya krodaha. This is nothing different from other acharyas. Sthitadihi sthita pragyomanihi sannyasi tada uchyate. So sannyasi will not be affected by pleasure or pain. So there is no difference here in this particular verse. We can rush through. Yes, sarvatra anabhisnehaha tatat prabhya shubhashubham. In this verse, deha jivitadishvapi anabhisnehaha abhisneha varjitaha. He does not have any attachment. Attaining good or bad, he is not happy or unhappy. So he does not have an unhappiness or happiness, and such a person's mind or prajna in his jnana is well established in Atman. Idasam harate chayam kurmonganiva sarvashaha. Like how the tortoise, out of fear, withdraws its arms, a sannyasi should withdraw from all sensual entities completely. Such a person's jnana is well set. Tatra vishaya ananaharataha aturasyapi indriyani kurmangani va samhriyante natu tad vishayaragaha sa katham sabriyate iti uchyate. So even if some person who does not, who is not really, has not won over his senses at all, but temporarily he may be able to control his senses. But his attachment, that is raga, that is desire, which is inside the mind, is still not gone. The desires keep on coming. That is something internal to this mind. So this is explained in the next sloka. What does it mean here? Niraharasya anahriyamana vishyasya. If the indriyas are not in contact with any of the objects, that means nothing is fed to it. So even if he is a fool, that person, don't assume that this fool has already won over all his senses. No, because his desire is still in the mind. The moment the situation changes and desires of objects come, the person will go back to enjoyment. So the rasa shabda means desire, which is inside the samskaras, which is the desire which are hiding inside the body. That desire will go away only when jnana comes. Here, so the thing is, real realization comes from jnana only. Shankaracharya is stressing the fact that the jnana is ahameva tat. I am that Brahman. The only a person who knows that I am that Brahman, one gets this realization which destroys also the desires and the cause of the desires, the samskaras, the inner hiding desires within. Everything gets destroyed. Samyak darshana means one should have a clear realization that he is Brahman. Only when he completely realizes he is Brahman, then his desires will be lost. So one who does not have this achievement has to work towards that achievement to get the real realization of Brahman, that he is Brahman. Samyak darshana laksha prajna thaihi yam chikirshata avado indriyani svavashe sthapaitavyani yasmat tadanavastapane doshamaha. Now the rest of the views are very similar to other acharyas. Even if a person tries very hard, the indriyas cannot be controlled. They will confuse him, and then his mind will be taken away, and the mind will be under the control of the sense objects, and he will become a slave of the sense objects, and he loses his jnana. This is even for the intelligent one. This happens. Tani sarvani samyamya yukta sitamat paraha vashehi asyendrani tasya prajna pratishtita. Look at this verse. This verse was explained from the views of Madhvacharya and Ramanujacharya differently. What Ramanujacharya mentioned is, look, winning over the senses is difficult, and without winning the desires, you cannot win over the sense objects. To win over the sense objects, you have to win over the desires. So there is a problem, and to solve the problem, yukta asita matparaha, think Lord Krishna as, focus on Lord Krishna, take his help, then you will get the blessings, and then your mind will become calm. That's how Shankaracharya and that's how Madhvacharya and Ramanujacharya explains this. But Shankaracharya takes this slightly differently. Tani sarvani samyamya. Once you take control of those senses with hard work. Asita matparaha. Matparaha for Shankaracharya means aham vasudevaha sarva pratyagna. Think that you are the everything. You are the Vasudeva, means the inner controller, inner lord of everything. The Atman, that is one Atman, which is common to everything. Paro yasya saha matparaha. So for him, only he himself is Atman. Such a person is matparaha. Na anyoham tasmat. I am not different from that Brahman. If you have that kind of the realization, you are matparaha. Eva masina masya yatehe vashehi asyendriya nivartate abhyasa balat tasya prajna pratishtita. So because of his constant knowledge that he himself is a self, and he himself is Atman, everything is himself, that is, then what is going to happen is, because of the practice, his mind, his senses will come under control. So here, Shankaracharya does not give value for blessings or the karuna or the mercy of the Lord and things like that. The very fact that you know that you are knowledge, right? The knowledge, pure knowledge is, oh, I am Brahman. Then there is no issue. You will not see, there is nothing to be done for you. There is no rules, no regulations. You don't have to do anything. You're free, but you'll be sincere like the sage Shuka. You have to be like that. Once you are unable to be like that, in full control, what is going to happen? The Vishayas, or the objects, will take over. So the desires will take over, and this person loses it. He becomes angry, and he loses himself. He becomes confused. Smriti Brahma, Shastra, Acharya, Upadeshadi, Upadesha, Ahita, Samskara, Janitaya, Smriti Hasyat. Whatever is learned from Acharya, Shastras, everything is gone. Mind becomes is confused. Intelligence is destroyed. Once the intelligence is destroyed, this person is destroyed, because he doesn't know what is right, what is wrong. So he will not be able to move towards any goal in life. So one person should not be attracted to desires, anger. If you only when you get away from desire and anger, then the indriyas become controllable, and it becomes obedient to yourself. Once the indriyas are obedient, you will become peaceful. What happens when you become peaceful? All the sorrows will go away, which affect you in terms of body, mind, intellect, life. All the sorrows will go away. Then your buddhi, intellect, becomes like Atman. That means it becomes pure and peaceful. Well, if you are not peaceful, that person will not have Atma-jnana. There is no peace for such a person. Once there is no peace, there is no happiness. There is no sukha for such a person who has desires. That's what the next sloka says, according to Shankaracharya. So now Shankaracharya says the same, nothing very different here. Like how the winds blow away a boat. Like that, the desires will blow away the persons and does not let him go to the goal. So what Shankaracharya says, once a mind is controlled, senses are controlled, then such a person's knowledge is well established in Atman. Here Shankaracharya says, Yoyam lokiko vedikasya vyavahasa utpanna vivekajnaha jnanasya stitha prajnasya avidya karyatvat avidya nivrittau nivartate avidyayascha vidya virodhat nivrittihi ityetam sputikaran kurvanaha. Shankaracharya says, look, all this is an illusion. Whatever the Vedas say, do this, do that, don't do this, don't do such yajnas, only do this. All these things for only the ignorant. For the knowledgeable, he is one with the self. He does not have any bindings or any dictates of the Shrutis. He goes beyond the Shrutis, according to Shankaracharya. Sarvabhutanam tasyam jagati. Here, what Shankaracharya says is, look, like the people in the Naktanchara, that means like an owl who can only exist, owls only have their activities during the night. Like that, we or the Ajnanis only have their activities in this dark world of this universe, which is filled with sorrow and attractions, attachments, desires, and all those things. They don't know the other day, which is jnana. Similar, what he says, tasya paramartha lakshanayam ajnana nidrayah prabhuddho jagrati samyami samyamavan jitendriyo yogi tirtaha. So the thing is, the avidya, people in avidya do a lot of actions and experience the effects of actions. This person is in a different state, which is vidya, which is like the night and day. This vidya is like light, and the avidya is like like darkness. Here, important Shankaracharya's view here is ataha karmani avidyavasthayam eva chodyante. Only when somebody is ignorant, he is acting. He says, "Oh, I am poor. I need to learn, get money. I am so and so. I am wealthy, but I want to get control over people. I want to get fame." All these things are in avidya, action. The Vedas Vedas say, go achieve this swarga and everything. Okay, I have to bring all this, the materials needed for this yajna, invite all these people and get the purohits and everything like that and do this yajna. All the actions occur in ignorance, avidya. Vidyayahmi satyamutide savitari sharvari meva, like how the darkness will get destroyed when the sun rises. All this ignorance will be destroyed by vidya. So before the ascent of vidya, you have all this pramana buddhi. Pramana buddhi is okay, the Vedas are pramana, so Vedas say do this, do that. All these are important. And okay, a person should do activity like this, karma should be done this way. Pramana bhutena vedena mama choditam kartavyam karma. So whatever is correct for me, I should be doing this because Veda says so. All these things are only ignorance. Because of difference. Because of avidya, you see me, what is something else, the universe, the mud, water, fire, all those things, the sun, all these differences exist because of ignorance. Once you get Atmajnana, all these karmas go away. Sarva karma sannyasa, that means he should not do any activity, only live very little with or does he, what do you call, does a real sannyasi, doesn't he beg for food and then get food and live? Yes, but that is very minor problem he has, and that will go away. It is not a problem because it is like the remnant of almost like, how if a wheel is rotating constantly and you take your hands off the wheel, you're pushing the wheel initially, giving it a push and a momentum. Once you take off your hands, the wheels keeps on turning, right? So like that, his body is still there because of momentum. You are thinking he is bound. He is not bound. He is released. So such a person is jnani according to Shankaracharya. Such a person is equal to like Shuka Maharshi. So Vidushasya, that means for an Atmajnani, Tyakta Ishanasya, he has given up his Putra, Pashu, all these attachments to children, wealth, fame, and everything. Sthita Prajnasya, whose jnana is established in the self, that he himself is Atman, Yati, such a sannyasi, eva moksha praptihi, yatereva moksha praptihi. Only such a sannyasi can get moksha according to Shankaracharya. Please watch this, please listen to this. न तु असन्यासिनः कामकामिनः इत्येतमर्थं दृष्टान्तेन प्रतिपादयन् आदेशन्याः. That means for a kamakami, a person who is interested in desires, who goes after desires, cannot get moksha according to Shankaracharya here. Is it possible according to other acharyas? Don't ask me this question. We will get to that later. But we are only studying Shankar Bhashya clearly here. Shankaracharya says, person who is affected by desires, totally stuck in desires, will not get moksha. This is explained by Lord Krishna according to Shankaracharya. Apuryamanam achala pratishtam, like how the kamas come, how the rivers join the ocean and the ocean does not get disturbed by the joining of these rivers. Like that, this Atmajnani gets desires, and even if the desires come to him, it does not pollute him, it does not shake him up, it does not disturb him. Nakamakami means, but the person who is affected by desires, he will not get moksha because he will not get peace of mind. So moksha is like in a way peace of mind and complete deliverance from getting affected by this desires. Yasmadevam tasmat vihaya kavanya sarvam pumascharati nispraha vinamno sashante majigati. Only when a person gives up all the desires, he stays like that. He does not nirmamaha. That means he does not have any ego. Sharira jivana matra kshipta parigrahepi mamedam nityabhi adi nibesha varjita. Even if he has only enough for his bodily comforts, even that he says it is not for me. He thinks he feels honestly that this is not for me. It is just happening because of some maya, Ishvara's maya. Nirahankaraha. Vidya vatvadi nimitta atma sambhavana rahitaha. He does not have even the feeling that, oh, I am knowledgeable, I know it, nothing like that. Saha evam bhutah sthitaprajnah brahmavit shanti sarva samsara dukkhopa ramalakshanam nirvanakhyam adhigacchati. This nirvana means completely divested, completely without any attractions, problems, sadness, misery. This is nirvana. And he attains this nirvana. Brahmabhuto bhavati tyartaha. Saisha jnananishta stuyate. Esha brahmi sthiti partha. Here, brahmi sthiti is not a path for Shankaracharya. Brahmi sthiti is the final state of Brahman. Nainam prapya vimuhyati. Sthitvasyamantakalayapya brahma nirvanam richati. So, according to Shankaracharya, this Brahmi sthiti, Brahmani bhava, that means being Brahman, being inside Brahman, being one with Brahman, being himself as Brahman. Yam sthiti sarvam karma sanyasya, giving up all actions, Vaidika or otherwise. Brahma rupena iva avasthanam ityeta, that being Brahman, that is sthita prajna. He partha nayanam sitim prapya labdhva na vimukhyati na moham prapnoti. Once anybody attains this state, he will not be again pulled down by the power of desires. He will not be deluded anymore. Sthitva asyam sthito brahyam yathoktayam antakalapi brahmyam. That is, in the sthiti of Brahman, even at the old age, Pantye Vayasapi, Brahma Nirvana Vrichati, he will attain this Brahma Nirvana. That means Brahma Nirvritim Moksham. That is moksha, being one with Brahman, he attains. Kimu Vaktavyam. If a person, even at an old age, this person will get, even though in earlier ages he has done all sorts of things, married, went after a lot of, putra, pashu, and all these things, the fame and name and everything, he might have gone in the last moment, he might have done this kind of a process by which he thinks that he himself is Brahman and he gives up everything. Such a person attains Brahman. What to talk about a person who has, from the very brahmacharya, from very, very young age, if a person has followed the path of sannyasa, and yavat jivam yo brahmanyeva avatisthate, all life he has always stayed that he has felt and realized that he himself is Brahman. Such a person will always definitely be in Brahma Nirvana. So there is no issue. Now, this is Shankara Bhashyan, second chapter. I will take a small break and ask if there are any questions. Let me stop sharing. Oops. Second. Stop sharing. And can you hear me? I hope
yes.
I heard everything. And tell me if you have any questions in this, please. Because Shankara Bhashya is a markedly different Bhashya. You have to understand. So I'm asking if you have any doubts.
Swami, I'm okay for now.
Okay for now. Anybody else? No questions? Okay. Then, in the few minutes remaining, we can start a little bit about Madhva Bhashya, how Madhva Bhashya is different from this. We can go through that for a few minutes. Or we can take up Madhva Bhashya in the next class. Now it is already 7:07, 1 hour over. Maybe it's better to do Madhva Bhashya in the next class because we don't really have few minutes. We have taken the whole hour. And we want to keep it in 1 hour because that 1 hour slot is a good slot to have your mind focused on one thing. And Madhva Bhashya is definitely very different. And I'm going to upload 2 other documents onto the Telegram and for the Gita that is Google groups. These are pretty interesting. One is Madhva Bhashya completely translated into English. It's okay. But it's complicated Bhashya, and the person has done a phenomenal job of really summarizing everything and even giving an actual translation of Madhva Bhashya. I'm going to upload it. Good way to study Madhva Bhashya if you want to take a look at it. And Shankara Bhashya, original Sanskrit, if you want to experiment Sanskrit studies, the good Bhashya to look at. So we're going to upload that. So with this, I will stop today's lecture with a prayer. Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Parama Gurubhyo Namaha, Asmat Sarva Gurubhyo Namaha. Let me pay my obeisance to all acharyas. Sri Shankaracharya Namaha, Sri Ramanujacharya Namaha, Sri Madhvacharya Namaha, Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Prabhuramane Namaha, Sri Krishna Prabhuramane Namaha, Sri Lakshmi Hayavadana Prabhuramane Namaha. Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu.